To a WoW podcast, obviously episode number
56.
56, it's true. No one believed us, but we were right, it is. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi everybody.
Evertel, you're wearing an incredible Christmas hat.
Thank you.
You look exactly like Demencius now.
Thank you, that's exactly who I'm cosplaying today.
Turn around, bend over, and then you'll look like Demencius. Hey everyone,
Hi.
Welcome. How are we doing? I feel like I should explain that joke a little bit for people who might not understand it.
We don't have to go there.
No, let's not. I always want to go there. That's the issue. That's the problem. It's the end of 2025.
Yes, it is.
So maybe we should talk about that. Maybe we should talk about the World of Warcraft and whether it's been a good year for World of Warcraft.
Has it been a good year for World of Warcraft?
I don't know, honestly. This is why I need you here. This is why I can't do the show by myself. This is why we need to talk about, it together, because I can't think about it. I'm a big old shill man. I always think it's a great year. Honestly, I can't remember what's happened this year. The way we're going to be able to go through 2025 and kind of chart WoW's progress and successes and failures is by basically just like opening up our YouTube channel and going through the video titles.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
or we could look at the roadmap, the 2025 roadmap.
That as well. But I think just going through the titles of our weekly resets will probably help because they're not just a news show. They work as like kind of a record as well. Yes. I always say that. I say like our job as WoW news people is not just to comment on the news and update people. It also serves as like a record, a kind of testimony to what was going on in WoW at any one time. So yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that is exactly what we
But what if people don't want us to talk about that, Evie? What can they do about it?
What can they do about it?
Oh God, come on. 56 times we've done this.
They can, if they're watching on YouTube, they can drop us a super chat. That's right, not just any chat, a super chat, which is allows you to determine what we talk about. You can drop a question, you can drop a comment, you can basically drop anything that you'd like us to read for money on this podcast. So YouTube friends, definitely drop that, and we will get to those at the end of the show and have a little wrap up with those at the end. Yeah,
we are basically like buskers, We've got a playlist that we want to get through, but if you'd rather something else, if you got the money,
if there's something,
we'll do that. We take requests.
The conversation, if you'd like to guide it gently,
or even just insert yourself,
or literally
like it's the office Christmas party. You see Demencius over the other side of the room wearing his hat, and you sidle on over. He's having a private chat with someone, and you just get in there and you go, "Oi, like your hat."
Oi. Yeah.
Exactly.
It is a good hat.
Lots of people in the comments just now on both Twitch and YouTube, where we're live streaming this. So Super Chats is obviously a YouTube thing. Twitch people, we are watching the chat at the same time as well. So we see when people sub, and thank you very much for that. It's much appreciated. But we don't mention that on the show, obviously, because it's like it would disturb the podcasty proceedings. And if you're listening to this on Spotify or iTunes later on at your own leisure, well, you're way too late. Absolutely way too late to drop a super chat. There's nothing you can do.
It's never too late. I would say it's never too late to drop a super chat.
Don't listen to Evie. That's fraud.
Literally.
She's committing fraud right now. She's like, yeah, you can leave us a super chat on this pre-recorded podcast that you're listening to on Spotify. We'll answer it.
No
sure.
one is gonna
Don't
stop
listen to her. She's literally lying for money.
No one is going.
Okay, like she's trying to defraud you.
Terrible YouTuber and content creator.
Are you kidding me? I don't want to get my channel shut down because you're literally telling people to drop super chats in a pre-recorded show.
Did you know that you can drop super chats anytime you like?
Not if you want us to answer them.
No, but the thing is, they then become super thanks. You can do them on videos too.
It's not,
I'm serious. You can just do them on videos too, and
Okay.
it gives me great joy to see them.
I should have known you'd know how to get all of the money later or something. Yeah, exactly. But before we start on our 2025 year in review, which is what we're doing, there is news as well in the World of Warcraft.
Is there?
Yeah. Have you seen anything been popping up recently? Because there's a new beta build.
Oh yes.
Okay, that's gone out for midnight. There's no news in War Within. No one gives a shit. No. War Within
we're done.
It is
We're
done. It is so done. I've done War Within. I've finished it. I've done the War Within catch-up and summary kind of quest line.
How was that?
Yeah, it's all right.
Want to talk about that?
I'll talk about it. Yeah. I'm currently on a mission to complete Dragonflight as a new player as well, and complete the Dragonflight leveling experience. But I did do the War Within catch-up campaign, and it was very short, and they've had to be merciless with the story campaign. What I will say, because it's done like lore walking, okay? Mm-hmm. So the book talks to you for a bit, and then sometimes you ride the book to a different part of the zone. And lots of people didn't know that they had to ride the book, even though the book's like, yo, ride me now. They get on their mount and they fly away, and then it all goes to shit. And they're like, oh, why didn't the book tell me to ride? And it's like, it did. And sometimes the book teleports you somewhere, and then the book will show you like the cinematics and stuff as you go along. Mm-hmm. And the book will tell you shit that's going on. It works as like the narrator to fill in the many, many gaps that are left in the story. And you zip all over the place. And you go to all the leveling zones for a little bit. You go to Undermine, you go to Karesh, and it does finish off with the fight against Dimensius, and that's pretty good. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I will say is the leveling zone. Oh, you do the entire like intro scenario to War Within as well, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Like, because you get all the cinematics and stuff like that. What I will say is Undermine gets done very, very dirty in this catch-up.
Oh no.
Like
really?
You pop in, you start Undermine, because it's just following the main story of like the Dark Heart and stuff like that, and doing all that stuff.
Okay.
So you jump straight in to the bit in Undermine where all the Shadow Guard are attacking. Mm-hmm. So you zap straight in, and you're in like the kind of poisony bit of Undermine, the toxic bit, and Alaria's there, and she's got a bow out, and she's like, where did all these Shadow Guard come from? And that's where you pick it up, and you kill some Shadow Guard, and then you're like, let's go and get the Dark Heart off of Gallywix, and then you get in your car, because there's a big button saying get in your car.
Nice.
And you can't fly there. So if you've never done War Within and you're in the car for the first time,
like,
you can imagine how that goes.
Yeah.
Might take you like an hour to drive down the street. And then you get there and you see like the Shadow Guard steal the Dark Heart from Gallywix. And then that's it. It shows you half of the cinematic outside the Galagio, where Gallywix is talking to Xal'atath, and Xal'atath is like, you gave it to the Ethereals! Mm-hmm. And that's it. So, like, you don't see any of Undermine, really. You don't, like, get to enjoy it in any way.
That makes sense. It was like a delightful detour. Like, it was a very fleshed out, delightful detour.
I'm
sad to hear that.
I feel like they left out too much.
Okay.
I feel like I understand, like you just said, it's understandable every single cut they made, but so for example, there's one bit you don't fight Ansarek.
Oh, okay.
You see Ansarek in the opening kind of like quests, obviously in Dalaran, because she arrives and she's set up as like this big baddie, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like the book comes up and the narrator comes up and goes, and then the heroes went and fought Ansarek. And just before she died, because it doesn't even show you this cinematic, right? Just before she died, Xal'atath appeared and started to mock her. And Ansarek asked for Xal'atath's help. And Zartath was like, no, only the strong survive. And you're like, could you just show me this?
Yeah.
Like in all the time it's taking, what's the reason for like getting a narrator to record this and not actually showing the cinematic or letting us do the story mode fight against Ansarek? Like, what is that? A minute, 2 minutes? Is that, did someone sit there and go, we can't, we got to get them through this story.
Yeah.
We can't spend 2 minutes letting them fight Ansarek and watching the cinematic. We can't do that. So I feel like that's a bit of a waste. And you don't get in the like leveling zones. You get to go into the Ringing Deeps and you get to enter Hallowfall and see like amazing kind of vista and stuff like that. But beyond that, you don't get like the entry into Undermine. And you don't get like the entry into Karesh. That beautiful scene where you get a Karesh the first time. It's like Karesh. And that's a real shame because I feel like I said this on stream, but I feel like arriving into new and interesting places and being like, ooh, I've arrived in a new and interesting place. I feel like that's at the core of fantasy roleplay games.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like that's kind of what they're about, and to miss those and like WoW does those moments really well where you enter a new zone and it shows you like the thing, and I feel like that was a bit of a waste that we didn't get those either. So like I think there's an extra 5-10 minutes they could put into the experience which would greatly improve it,
right?
But I mean, it's 10 levels. I dinged 80 on it. I started at 70, obviously, and I dinged 80 before I even got to Karesh.
But I was going to say, it must happen pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. And it doesn't throw you out, which is good. So that's cool. You do get to, but I think it is a really good way of leveling. But I think a lot of people will use it because they do actually genuinely want a catch-up of the expansion as well.
I could do it one.
Exactly.
I'm like, could be nice just to do like a previously on.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it because of that, it's an extra shame the amount that they cut out.
Okay.
And I feel like they could have had. Would it have broken their hearts to have the bit where you march on the Galaggio and pull down the statue?
That's such a good part.
Yeah, exactly.
I
would say that's one of the most memorable parts of the expansion. Maybe we'll talk about that in our year review, right? Oh. I would say that's one of the most memorable parts of the expansion. It's an iconic part of the expansion.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that should be in there, even though it maybe isn't like, completely, although I would argue that it is actually attached to the main storyline because it's part of the whole like reason why, it's Gallywix and Zartath working together, isn't it? It's like, yeah, exactly. So I don't know. So I did that and that was fun. Why was I talking about that? I can't remember anymore.
I don't, you mentioned it and I went, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been doing. But yeah, anyway, there is. Oh, that's right, because it's over.
The
War Within is over. I'm sorry that I just spent 5 or 10 minutes talking about the War Within because it's over.
I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Not me. It was terrible. No, I enjoyed it. It was fine. It was a nice little thing.
Great. I'm really glad.
Exactly. Yay us. But apart from that, no. War Within is I say that, but I'm playing the game, the retail game, literally every single day at the moment because of player housing.
Are you filling your vault? When's the last time?
No, of course I'm fucking not. Okay, if they gave me curtains and tables in my vault, that vault would be full every day.
Yes, if there was a chance to get a piece of decor next to like your best trinket,
totally.
I know what I'd be choosing. Right?
So this is what's taken up most people's time for the last couple of weeks is farming player housing stuff and player housing decor. Now I was on a player housing decor mission. I was flying around all the vendors. I was getting all the stuff. I was buying multiples of everything. I spent well over $1.5 million gold kind of on stuff. I've got a character where I bought like 10 of every die just so I have it.
Good. They take up a lot of back space.
Oh my God, they take up so much bad space and so much money. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Evie was here like just cashing out on WoW tokens the other night. She was like spending the company funds. Thank you, Squarespace. Thank you, patrons.
I had to get a couple because and then watching my money just disappear was it's a real reality check for me. Yeah, it's perfect for this time of year. It is Christmas time. That is happening in real life as well. It's like, oh, all of the money is gone.
Yeah. It's like very much kind of following real life there. But have you? I got through a few vendors. I bought a lot of stuff, and I was like, I don't need the other stuff right now. I can wait for that. I can wait until I need it, as and when. Right.
I had a similar experience where I started doing kind of the rounds, and I appreciate the Pandaren who kind of prompts you to be like, hey, why don't you go to Valdrakken and get one thing from there? And then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so
does he pop up with a new thing every day?
Does he?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know. I've only done a couple of quests.
Yeah.
But I appreciate those, and I started going around and I started blowing like all of my resources. And then it was when I got to BFA. Well, it was one thing flying around and being like, oh, I actually haven't hit like max renown with Valdrakken. and I'm like, oh,
dude, for me,
that's never gonna happen now. Like, that's literally never gonna happen. And so I was like, okay, well, never getting that. That's fine. And then, and even going to Karesh and being like, I feel like I absolutely like pounded Karesh. And I'm still not max renown.
Oh my god!
With the ethereal.
Well, let alone the raid renown, right?
Jesus Christ! Yeah, well, exactly. And so, it was a bit of a reality check doing those things. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get what I can. This is nice. I have a few things kind of benchmarked that okay, maybe I will just grind some renown. It won't even take that long. Like at this stage, it's like it's just a chore, and I don't like chores. And so then, what the really hard part for me was going back to Borealis and going to BFA, and then like all of my order resources or whatever were gone. I spent them all, and I pooled them all together. Thank you, warbands. And then I blew them all on some like fairy lights, and I was like, okay, that's like, oh wow. So I went into it being like, I'm gonna get everything, and now I'm like, I don't need everything. Let's just play with what I have. And then peppered into that every now and then, like there's some chat on our Discord where people were like, oh, I just flew through, Darkshore and did like some Darkshore rares and got some amazing just drops from Darkshore rares. And so I did that. It took me 5 minutes and I got like 3 really six sconces.
Yeah, your sconces were awesome,
and
actually.
I absolutely ruled.
Like, yeah, fair play.
And like a Sylvanas banner. And that made me feel much better.
I would like a Sylvanas banner.
It's very good.
Yeah,
really
I think I'd like that for my Forsaken beach house that I've been building.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So for my initial reaction was like, okay, great, I'm gonna get everything. And this was quickly tempered when I was like, I literally can't get everything. Like I'm kind of lacking, like I haven't touched Mechagon, right? Like there's a lot of stuff. There are holes.
Don't touch Mechagon.
There are holes.
I love you. Yeah. I care about you. Yeah. I don't want you going around touching Mechagon.
Okay.
It's not going to do any. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to like it. Don't do it.
I might. So I've enjoyed it actually because I've kind of come to terms with what I can and what I can't get at the moment. I accept that if I really, really want some of the really cool Night Elf stuff, I have to do the Druid Order Hall campaign on Remix in the next like 2 weeks. So I'm making a list for myself, but I'm feeling pretty chill about it. And beyond that, like I love that you can still make and build something really, really good from your base materials. Like I love that you can just buy like 50 Belemeth platforms and pillars and just like what do you call it? Like kit bash, just like throw stuff together to make something nice that you just buy with like piddly little gold.
Yeah.
So I feel like the balance there for me personally feels good, even though I am feeling enormous like FOMO for stuff that I don't have yet, more so than before. And also another thing that housing has inspired me to do, again, like I got into my neighborhood and I was like, oh, hold on, I need to like take all I need some situational transmog right here, I need to like, so I put on my comfy clothes and I ride my bee around, which I think is the only mount you can ride around in neighborhoods because it's like you're busy and you're working and you're like building your home. So you have to be riding on a bee.
You turned to me and you said that in the most like the other night and you said that to me in the most serious, like sincere voice ever. It's like, well, you can only ride your bee in the neighborhood. There's no other. It was like our little boy when he tells us something about Minecraft. We're like the most sincere voice in the world.
Something that is fact.
Daddy, did you know that creepers explode when you kill them? They do though.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you know this? You've never played Minecraft.
Never played it. Yeah. So I ride around on my bee, and I do that. But also, I have never been huge on holidays in WoW. It's never been like thing that I'm crazy about. I enjoyed Love is in the Air recently. I like how they've revamped it.
Yeah.
Like
self-love is in the air.
Self-love is in the air always. And I really enjoyed that. But I think that it all feeds into housing for me. It's all tied into housing. Like I saw the new like hunter pet that you can tame, which is basically a reindeer.
I mean, it is literally a reindeer.
It is a reindeer.
With a red nose.
Well, one variation has a red nose and the other does not. And I was like, I need this. I need this. I was like, I need this when I'm in my neighborhood. Like, I don't need to go, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't need to go out into the
That's
world.
my neighborhood
I
pet.
don't need to use these pets while I'm like, raiding or whatever. I'm like, I literally need these pets to be by my side while I'm like RP walking through my neighborhood in my Santa outfit. So yeah, it's just like really sparked this thing in me where I suddenly need stuff that I didn't think I needed.
More RP stuff. Well, honestly, all I could think of when you were describing your Borealis adventure and you're like, yeah, and I pulled together all my war resources and got some fairy lights. I was like, we're never beating the allegations. Like, housing WoW players are never beating the allegations.
I know.
Somewhere on an angry corner of the internet, there's a whole bunch of people going, no, it should be sweaty men fighting sweaty orcs and sometimes kissing them. Fighting them and wrestling each other and killing and war and stuff. And like, we're here like, yeah, man, have you seen the fairy lights? They're fucking awesome. You're going to need some war resources.
Yeah. But yeah, the reindeer did come out last year. But again, I did not care because housing didn't exist. So
yeah, well,
they were literally not even on my radar. Now I'm like,
honestly, housing has been one long list of things that I wish I had actually finished when they were live in the game. But one of those things is not the Order Hall campaigns, which I feel incredibly smug about that I did all of them during Legion.
Seriously,
so now I'm all like, oh, look at all my cool shit that I've got.
Good
awesome
job.
from Legion. So that's all really good. So big updates for housing on the beta though.
Ooh.
Because just launched now, and I tried to get onto the beta so we could show this now in the podcast, but we're not going to be able to because the beta is having the biggest like fart you've ever seen in your entire life. You can't move around on there at the moment, let alone test out the new Blood Elf and Night Elf customizations, exterior customizations that have just hit the beta today.
Finally.
How cool is this?
Finally.
Now, I've got to admit, right, I'm less concerned about these than I thought I was going to be, just because, we as players have shown that you can make the outside of your house look like whatever you want, really,
yes,
with a little bit of magic and a little bit of imagination. Obviously having exterior options are nice, but they're not like the vital component that I thought they were going to be, because I've seen loads of great Night Elf houses in particular in the Horde and Alliance zones, and I've seen lots of great Blood Elf houses everywhere as well. It's amazing what you can do with a pagoda, isn't it? Like, but these new customizations are what lots of people have been waiting for. I think particularly in the Horde neighborhood.
Yes, yeah. I spent some time last night trying to like put a Belemeth like crafting tent over my Horde hut, like trying to make it like unhutty.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just gonna wait and just whip out the Silvermoon exterior once that hits.
I think the Silvermoon exteriors will be very, very popular.
The Night Elf house is fine.
Yeah, people are saying that the Night Elf house looks like it's the wrong way round because there's like
because that's the entrance usually on the
on the flat side.
Yeah,
usually.
but you can put the entrance there. That's
but then it sticks like so the entrance it kind of like juts out.
Yeah.
So wherever you put the entrance, it juts out, which means the entrance can never be on the flat side. Like is with night elf houses usually.
Right.
So night elf houses start with a big flat side, and that's usually where the front entrance is, and then they jut out at the back.
Okay.
And the conventions that the housing is using for the night elf exteriors means that can never be the case, because the front will always jut out and narrow.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I won't pass judgment on this until I can actually.
Well, no, exactly. I mean, it's on the beta.
Because that looks like my jerry-rigged Belemeth tent right now.
Yeah, totally. And of course, like, you can give them different coloured roofs and things, so you can have proper high elf palaces and things.
Okay, that looks amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
That looks really, really good.
But like, you do have the tools to create these on live servers right now, really, pretty much, if you're smart and you're clever. But
I mean,
it's
not exactly,
undoubtedly awesome that these are here.
I love that. I'm really, really excited. I'm quite pleased to see that they look. I'm not like a super fan of the horde roundness of the house.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how that was going to translate to like Silver Moon architecture, which has lots of round pillars and stuff. And it's still a bit like too symmetrical and round for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I'm sure you can add asymmetry, right? Like, there we go.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But,
yeah, totally.
It's just too circular.
It's very bulbous.
It's all too circular for me. But I think it's a really, really nice start. And I'm sure you can add to that and make it whatever you want, right? Add some nice Silver Moon
There's some nice, like, Phoenix windows here.
Yeah, really,
it's
really good.
Amazing. So yeah, sorry. People are telling me in the chat that apparently you can put the entrance at the back of the night elf houses. So that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I say, I can't get onto the beta. It's just like juttery and horrible for us this morning. So I'm only going by what people are saying on like social media and stuff like that. But if that's the truth, then that's awesome. I say that sounded like I doubted you. I don't doubt you.
Never.
I'm sure you're telling the truth. So that's awesome, isn't it? Also, there have been some new vendors put into the town centres on beta as well.
What do they sell?
They sell nothing yet, but could those be like a traveling vendor, or maybe a vendor who sells stuff from around the world that you've already bought or collected from other vendors and things like that? Feels likely, or it could be tied to endeavors or something like that.
Yeah,
but
probably.
Yeah. So that's awesome. That's really cool as well. And there's a smattering of interesting interactable items in the city centres, the town centres now as well. Have you seen this? You might have seen people flying around with like kind of martini glasses in their hands, and donuts that you can just pick up and walk around with. And cheese. Was there cheese?
There's a cheese platter.
No one told me about the
like
cheese.
A mega set tweet in which her character is carrying a cheese platter.
No.
Also, have you seen that mailboxes are now interactable?
Yes. Thank goodness.
Mailboxes
that was
work.
It was absolutely insane. God. Like, we've got all of these mailbox items and we put them down, and it's like I mean, that's one of those things that just makes sense, right? There's you don't want too much functionality in neighborhoods and player housing, because it's so important to get people to capitals and stuff as well, and so what have you. So I never want to see a day where there's an auction house. I never want to see a day where there's like a bank and stuff like that.
Sure.
Even though, yes, we have an auction house mount. You've got two now.
Oh, yeah. US Handy, you.
Yeah. Like,
thanks, Thunders.
I get it. There are like workarounds and stuff like that. But I don't want to see those things in the neighborhoods. But mailbags, that makes perfect sense. Like, mailboxes, yes, absolutely. They're literally like there in front of a house. They should be functional. That's what I think. So yeah. Okay, yeah, I had seen that's awesome. So yeah, more updates all the time, and that's why I love to see that about housing. I love how much they're adding. I love how much they're kind of like always just like iterating
constantly. It's so cool. It's it really delights me to see, and I feel like every time I just pop onto Wowhead or Twitter, anywhere, people are like, something new is here. It has happened. Something has changed.
We've seen some incredible things.
Borders are coming. Borders are coming at midnight.
Sorry, use the correct terminology, please. They're coming back.
Boundaries.
They were on the beta. They were on the alpha, and then they disappeared.
They're like, just for a little like softer aesthetic.
Oh, do you remember the good old days of the? Remember what they took from us, Evie? Remember what they took from us? They took away coloured gimbals, like colour-coded gimbals with different colours for different orientations on the gimbal. how much would literally everyone, if you put that to a vote right now, 101% of people would vote for getting the colors back on the gimbals.
Absolutely, they would.
And they took away the borders where you could see the borders of the plots.
Is it
because they hate you.
It's not like proprietary.
Because they want you to feel
Adobe
bad.
Doesn't own like a color-coded gimbal. No, but you know what I mean?
They put colored gimbals in, and fucking Adobe stepped in, and they were like, "Fuck you, absolutely
like any,
not."
3D, like, you know, editing software, they're gonna be like, "No, we own the gimbal." I don't think anyone owns the gimbal. In the same way, like,
I'm pretty sure no one owns the gimbal. Like, I just love the idea of big Adobe stepping in and being like, big gimbal stepping in and being like, is that a fucking gimbal? Hang on, let me just check the permit records here.
Do I see some RGB on the gimbal?
I have no record of a gimbal license for player housing in World of Warcraft from Blizzard Entertainment. I mean, like, what? I'm sorry, we're gonna have some words about it. You're gonna have to shut this gimbal down. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, the trick to the gimbal is just like always kind of rotating your character, right? Like changing your perspective so you hit it right the first time. It takes a while, but like, yeah, just
color coded would make it much easier. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was considerably easier on the alpha than it is in live.
I'm just trying to. Yeah.
But no, like getting borders back is a good sign. That's great.
It's really good.
And now finally everyone. No, exactly. Finally everyone can see. Everyone can see with their own eyes, like how much bigger the alliance plots are than the horde ones.
The horde houses.
And finally they'll believe me.
The horde houses are just much bigger, and because they're round, they're just much harder to contain.
Plots are smaller.
Okay.
The plots are smaller. I will die on this hill. I will go to my. I don't care. I don't care if people do scientific experiments and prove me wrong. I will die on this hill. I will go to my deathbed, and you know, like the preeminent scientists of the day will come to my deathbed, and they'll be like, Tally, we ran the numbers. We've gone into the code. These plots are the same size. I'll go, shut up with your conspiracy bullshit. Like, you know, you get those Reddit threads like, what's the one conspiracy that you believe?
Oh, yeah.
That's the conspiracy I believe. Horde plots are smaller than alliance plots. Like, I don't care. You can't convince me otherwise. It doesn't matter how much evidence you put there. I am a small plotter. That's what I am. I'm a small plotter.
Indeed.
That's what they call us.
Yes,
but we're right, damn it. Great. Well, yeah, you know, Neighborhood's coming on very well. Fantastic. And obviously, like, the renown goes all the way up to 9, with 10 coming soon as well. Like on thingy as well.
Very
so, you know,
exciting.
whatever your interior budget is and things like that, it is going to go up and up and up.
We're still stuck on 250 exterior, right? Exterior budget.
Well, I mean, that just went up. So, I mean, you know, like,
continue to go up?
Maybe. I mean, the pop up for like very detailed, you know, things with lots of cladding is pretty intense right now. I feel like I'm playing like a racing game on the Sega Saturn. You know, like you're racing around and it's like,
yeah. I love it. I'll be like flying over. I'll be like, is that my house? And the house just goes, cladding. All over.
So that's always fun. But yeah, I mean, maybe, who knows? I think it would be very popular. I need more interior decor as well because so we're going to move on from housing and get onto the actual topic of this.
Wait, no, there's some very important stuff we need to talk
about. In
a
minute we will.
Okay.
But I've been working very hard on the T&E Neighborhood EU house.
Nice. Okay.
That's the one where I made because, you know, I've got my tree house for my Immortalis Guild house, which you've been working very hard on your house next door.
Yeah, my Immortalis house is like settled on the outside. But I'm moving on to T&E Guild house.
I made a Forsaken Beach house for the T&E EU neighborhood on my private island, Tally Island. Because, yeah, like you, for me, the main mission of any horde house is to disguise what the exterior of the horde house actually looks like as much as possible. So I made a kind of like a spooky Forsaken mansion on the beach. It's a bit like Dead Rising, Dead Island, right? It's kind of the vibe I was going for. So it's a bit tropical and a bit Forsaken-y.
I dig it.
I've got some like
really cute
green pools and stuff. I think it looks really good. I used like a Gilnean wagon for a big roof, and I put some towers and shit around it. It looks great. So I enjoyed that. But the interior, what I basically want to do is I want to have a big banquet hall where people can come in and watch the podcast be recorded with a set on a stage at one end, so our characters can like literally stand on the stage and do the podcast. I don't know if this is going to work or not. So I've been working incredibly hard on the set, And basically what I've been trying to do is to recreate the podcast set that we're on right now. And I don't know if you think I've been successful so far. I've been working so hard on this, and I'm going to bring it up for the people watching live and on the VOD on YouTube later on. Okay, so here I am standing on stage right now. I just turn this around.
Nice top.
Thank you. It's my guild top. God. So, do you like
this?
I mean, like, I just want to. I mean,
wow.
I'm sitting in the exact place that this character is standing right now. So I guess he is. And I think, can we all agree that this is like, I think it's going pretty well, right? So these bricks right here on the brick wall are doors. Every single one is a door.
Oh my God. I do appreciate that you've put some variation in the bricks. It makes a huge difference.
I have spent hours painstakingly moving the bricks like 1 degree this way and that way, because I remember Dan Olsen's video that we put on the weekly reset that time about how you know, like not being symmetrical is part of like the WoW design language and stuff. So yeah, but like these are doors, these bricks. So if I
superb.
Every single one of them. Every single one of them can do this.
Stop.
Okay, but you know that's fine because actually that is quite similar to our brick wall back there as well.
Exactly.
So yeah.
If anyone ever comes and fucks with our bricks, it's over. Like, I'm
well, likewise, I recreated the D20 sign on this wall here.
Oh yeah.
I've even recreated parts of the set that people can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at your little sound. This is where your PC. I might even put your PC here. To be honest, as well. But yeah. This works for this as well. For the D, because I use different doors for the D20s. Oh shit. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, that's and I'm very proud. Don't know if you can see of the arcade machine, which isn't like a 1-for-1 recreation, but I think captures the.
I think it captures the spirit.
The spirit of it, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I'm actually like quite proud with how that turned out, and of course like the plant with the lights in the corner there, and so basically I finished the wall this morning. And the big challenge now is going to be the T&E sign, which the neon sign. And
yes, I have seen someone in the guild neighborhoods make a T&E sign.
I'm going to get on Discord and basically steal whatever they did to that.
You don't even I would say you don't even have to make it like in neon. You can just make a T&E sign and it'll still read.
Yeah, and like what I'll do is I'll put like a glowing light behind it, which should give it some like light and stuff and what have you. So yeah, but I'm glad I don't have to make it out of neon because there is no neon in interior decor. So I'd be fuck out of luck then, wouldn't I? So the set's coming along very well. I think it's really good. I think honestly, it does like when I'm in this little space.
Yeah.
It does like genuinely feel like I'm in here to a certain degree.
Well, lighting is like, you know.
Oh well, I need more of these, whatever they are, like these like gnomish kind of like spotlight. They're so expensive.
Are they?
I forget where they're from, but they absolutely cleared me out, and I was like, I can only buy 4 of these because I'm sure they're going to be very useful. But yeah, like it's. They're so expensive, but I do need to get more. I even recreated our little Hearthstone pillow on the couch.
Someone just mentioned the Mana Forge piping as a neon.
Ooh, that's so expensive.
It's so expensive.
That's so expensive.
And like you have to get so many of them. They have to be really small.
It could work.
Okay, we'll play with it.
Could work for the back. That would actually look really, really good. For the purple the purple wavy bit, that could look really good.
I'm gonna make a huge neon sign out of that just outside on my plot, so that when you fly over it, it's just a giant like.
Pretty good. I've got I need a small Razorwind bar table for the stool. Oh yeah, I only had one in my bags and I used it for the joystick on the arcade machine. But yeah, I do need to get another one to put here as the actual stool. Yeah, I agreed. But look, I even did our little side table, which you can't see. Like it's good, isn't it?
Like all the little That's a lot.
There should be a big tripod with a camera on it in the corner here.
Just like rubbish on the floor.
No, stop it. No.
Cables everywhere.
This is a beautiful representation of the cable management in this office. Just smooth and pristine and I put the Arator picture in place of the Jaina picture because it was the one that most like recreated the color palette of that one.
It's good. It's perfect.
And I put the Xalatath picture where the picture of Xalatath's feet is above the like arcade machine as well, with some candles just to make it a nice shrine.
I really appreciate the black and white cushion. I don't know why, but that just like does that. You know,
it really does something. Like when you see it, kind of because like, my favorite thing is to show like my camera with this here and the black and white cushion really reads, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like one of those important little details.
The cushion, which is a Hearthstone logo.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, so basically, if Blizzard leaves it too long to introduce a Jaina portrait into decor, we're gonna have to just replace that portrait eventually with the Arator one.
Yeah.
You know, in real life, just so it matches, just so it fits. But you know, so obviously, like my decor limit is being stretched here because like all of these lines here for the sign are doors. Every single one of these bricks, and there's over 100 of them, are doors.
Madness.
You know, I've done a lot of.
It looks really good.
It looks great, doesn't it? It looks really, really good. And I got the downlight on the wall as well.
Yeah,
and like one thing I'm like super impressed with.
Yeah.
Is how much you can do with lighting.
Oh,
interior.
Yeah. Oh my
gosh. I was not expecting. I don't have like RTX turned on or anything like that, right? So, but because I like a frame rate.
Ray tracing. Wow.
I generally like favor frame rate over all that stuff. So like, but the lighting and how it's like real time lighting is created is great. It's so good. You can do so much with it, can't you?
It's really lovely. I think you've done a great job.
So so to make this set so far, and you know, like it's all in the wall basically, and you know, stuff like the arcade machine where you put millions of little bits together and stuff like that. So I've used 657 decor limit. So I've still got over 1,000 decor limit left. I haven't used a third of my decor limit yet, and there's nothing left that I will use more on in huge numbers. I don't think, unless I do decide to make a camera in the corner there, but I don't think I will.
Let's use a telescope. Looks kind of like a camera.
Yeah, there'd be ways
something
of doing
on a tripod.
Yeah. So yeah, like it's pretty good.
Amazing, and I love how it is The Office, but an office like on stage.
Exactly.
Really nice.
And it's got like, so, you know, it's got the WoW look to it, right? So I use like the Silver Moon platform here for the skirting board, and I could have done something that was dead straight and looked more like the actual skirting board, but this reads as being the WoW version of The Office, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's really cool. I really like it, and likewise with the sofa. You know, I put this together so it looked like our sofa in here and stuff, and I got like little toys and stuff on the thing here, and like very messy books. I think I'm going to redo this fireplace and make it look more like our actual fireplace.
Can you make it darker?
No, this doesn't dye. So that I think I will build it. I build it with like this and stuff like that.
Oh,
and, yeah. Put one of those over it probably. So yeah, like I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out now. But yeah,
I love it.
Uh-oh. Okay. Don't worry. It's all right. It's okay. Phew. It's okay. But yeah, so the idea is that I'm going to turn this, and this will basically be like the entire house, basically. But this big hall here is going to be turned into like a bar, like banquet area. It's going to be super cozy, super like what's the new like
our
cantina like kind of thing.
Yeah, spaces,
exactly. And the idea is that people will come in our guild neighborhood if they want to like be in here while we record the. Oh, this looks so good. When we record the podcast and stuff, and there's be like a coat check here, and like this is the entryway. I'll make all this nice. But, you know, there won't be anything else to this building. Okay. So all the rest of the decor limit is going to go in this room, right?
Yeah. Brilliant.
So
I love it.
I'm really happy with it. Yeah. I love the vaulted ceiling in these rooms as well. I think it looks so cool.
What are the trousers you're wearing?
These are like explorer trousers, I think.
Oh, they got like a
kind of Han Solo. Yeah.
Like knee pads.
Exactly. And I don't know what's going on with the shirt, honestly.
What is going on?
It's a bug. That's not what it's supposed to look like. It's just my guild shirt, which is supposed to just be a t-shirt. But every other time when I log in, it's got this kind of like superhero shit going on as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining, honestly. It's pretty good. But so that's my guy. That's my stage. So you can come in here and you can hang out when we're doing that. Yeah, it's pretty good. And just while we're here, I will, because we've been talking about it so much, and you've been sharing your progress on social media as well.
Yes.
So we'll just, before we get started on the actual topic.
Oh my gosh, we're getting there.
This podcast today, we'll just show everyone the house that you've been working.
Just
very
the exterior.
Hard on. So the door that I've used for all the bricks is the elegant carved door, which, as real house builders know, the elegant carved door is like the cheat code. Because it's basically like a flat plane surface and it's dyeable. Yeah. So it's a flat plane surface. And
it has some variation on it, right?
Yeah, it's got some variation, and you can obviously make it small and you can make it big. It's got like a long side and a not so long side. And like, so yeah, it's the elven door, basically, the elegant carved door.
Lovely.
It is like a cheat code for building stuff, basically from scratch. So let's have a look at Evie's little house.
Your exterior, though.
Oh, my exterior. You see my exterior. Yeah, we saw this last week. It's brilliant. I love it. I'm really proud of this. I think it looks terrific, my little tree house. But this is your Tudor house. Now tell us how you made this, Evie.
I literally just covered it in silver moon platforms and beams. And the roof is made of Ogrimmar platforms. And there's a mix of Ogrimmar and Belemeth beams just to have some variation in the wood too. Basically, I just wanted like a little Tudor cottage.
I think this house sums you up so well, because what you've done is you've worked like outrageously hard for a very long time to create something that's slightly different from what you could have created just using the in-game tools and like the exterior thing.
I would argue maybe just better.
In many ways
more
better.
More to my taste, and when I say better, I mean it's more like how I want it.
Yeah, I think it's terrific.
So I wanted
no window in the front here.
I know. That's I'm working on it.
This isn't a criticism, and likewise.
Side.
Yeah, I feel like the windows need to go behind the windows on the side here.
Yeah,
like you can do that. You can put like windows there, right?
I'm all out. So
no. What I mean is like because we can see like your actual house through there. So if you placed windows there,
I could.
Would that work?
I don't quite like the style of the windows. Anyway, yeah, the back isn't bad. The back is better than the first. So I did.
Well, I've always said that, haven't I?
Yeah,
that looks good. Yeah, still no way. Oh, I like that. You can see the part. There's a party going on in there.
There's the
actual there we go.
Yeah, you can see the roof through there. So I really enjoyed just because I am one of those people who like I love that you can collect stuff, but I also just love just jamming together pieces and like literally like Legos or blocks, just building something. And I wanted to cover it in like roses.
Were you tempted to just have the natural chimney sticking through?
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah,
I might do
How's your decor limit looking?
It's gone. It's all gone. It's like completely.
Which is a shame, because this is a building that like kind of just invites and demands lots of like foliage and stuff around it, and on the roof, and like little tufts growing in between the cracks of the roofing slats and things like that.
Yeah.
That is a shame. Those beams, man, they're expensive.
The beam. It's
those
the
beams
platforms.
Those beams be so expensive.
So the first time around, I built it using large platforms, and they cost 2 units, whatever, decor points more than the small platforms for like only a slightly bigger size. So I basically tore the whole thing down and then rebuilt it using small platforms, which gave me a little bit more wiggle room.
Also looks better as well, I think, than the big ones.
Yeah, exactly. And proportionally, it's still kind of, So, next I might play with putting some windows in. Yeah, trying to extrude some like elements from the actual house.
Well, I think it looks great, and I saw it being built.
I think I like the way it looks kind of from afar as you're like flying in, because it looks a little different from the other houses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks, and you're like, what is that, a little cottage off behind that like fairy tree, right? So that was my.
And that's the thing, right? So I think it reminds me of when you see like WoW thumbnails for YouTube videos, which are AI.
Yes.
And so they catch your attention initially because you're like, you recognize it as being WoW, but it's a thing you've never seen in WoW before.
Sure.
So you're like, oh, what's this new thing in WoW? And like, I get the same effect from this in that, like, I see it and I recognize it as player housing because it's not like super different.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like kind of Mottle and Daub kind of thatched cottage style is literally what you can build with the exterior decor.
Exactly.
But it's just different enough that you go, what's going on there exactly? What have they done? That's awesome. Yeah. So and the difference is, like, obviously with those thumbnails, you look at them and go, oh, it's AI shit, fuck.
Yeah.
And then, but with this, you go, oh my gosh, he's actually just built something really cool.
Yeah.
It gets better when you investigate it.
Oh, good. Phew. I was wondering
as opposed to
like,
you know, that crushing feeling of disappointment that your favorite YouTubers using AI thumbnails. But yeah, I think this is a nice, cozy little.
Oh, I love our nook. I love our little. We have if you go further out, like where our path kind of begins off the main path, right? You've got
2012. Where our path begins.
Yeah. You know, we've got some lamps, so we have some natural lighting in the evening.
And you run in,
and
it's
hanging
like,
from that tree, and there's lamps hanging from those trees.
It was a very well chosen spot. Our
just
little
spot. Like a mini cul-de-sac.
Although I don't think much of the neighbours. I mean, I don't think much of like Robo-Dick, Smeeson's house.
I love it. It's getting more and more menacing.
Exactly.
Every
very
day it's
menacing
like slightly
indeed.
more threatening.
So yeah, and I just wanted to show everyone your house because I think it's adorable and I think it's great. And in many ways, having like the pristine lawn outside, because you don't have decor limit to put anything else there, kind of works.
Yeah, at first I was like, I'm going to put some grass around it. And then I was like, oh, no, actually, this is like a pristine little cottage.
Yeah.
You know, like the roses are being tended.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a National Trust house or something.
Exactly. That was the vibe that
Very
I was
cool.
kind of going for.
Awesome. Well, I think it might be time. Is there anything else you want to say about the news or about housing? Go for it.
There's something very important that I need to share. Tomorrow.
Oh, are we allowed to talk about tomorrow?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So tomorrow, you can catch us not on this podcast, but live on Twitch here and on the main World of Warcraft Twitch channel.
What?
Yes.
Wait.
I know. Can you believe
on the
on
the actual world of Warcraft? I mean, people shouldn't really watch it there. They should watch it here, and they can sub to us and stuff like that.
But it'll be kind of going live on both. So if you've been following the kind of 12 days of Winter Veil, that's been happening on the Warcraft Twitch channel. We are wrapping up the 12 days of Winter Veil.
Are we the last ones?
We are day 12. Yep.
We're the headliners.
We are.
Or we're kind of like the band that comes on after the headliners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're like the gentle outro. We're the fade out into Christmas. So that is tomorrow. Join us. Tomorrow it is at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. That's like 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. California time. You can figure it out.
You'll work it out, you big
You'll
boys.
Work it out. And it's not just, don't just tune in for us, although that will be nice.
Seriously.
We are giving away some absolutely insane stuff tomorrow. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone because every time I open Discord, it makes the microphone weird.
I don't know if this is like representative of all of the streams that have been happening for the 12 days of Winter Veil.
Oh, there have been amazing ones. There have been housing ones. There's been stuff with like Mego.
But what I mean the prizes, because Blizz have loaded us up with like so many prizes to give away. It's like kind of insane, really.
It is absolutely wild. Please come. Let me open the list here. I've got it. 1 second.
So even if you hate us, right, you should still, I mean, welcome if you do, but you should still watch because you can win all the awesome stuff, which includes we are giving away loads of like digital codes. So we've got the Skywitch bundle. We're giving away the Grizzly Hills Packmaster, the Marvelous Meeksy pack. What's that?
It's the panda thing.
Marvelous.
Marvelous, exactly. The Marvelous Meeksy pack, and of course, a Midnight Epic Edition.
Of course.
If you do not yet have one of those. So we'll be giving away loads of digital stuff, but here's where it gets really, really good. We are also giving away a Warglaves of Azeroth replica.
What, the new one? Which is like literally a weapon rack with Warglaves. Oh,
literally like the giant like.
Why didn't they send that to us?
I know.
Holy shit!
They're not even sending it to us. They're like, don't.
This is not passing through your hands.
This is not coming through
Absolutely.
our hands.
I can't even get the toy one to drop for me. What the
Exactly. And now, so we are giving away a Warglaves of Azeroth replica set.
That's amazing. That's incredible. Top tier. Wow.
A Little Champions Snow Fight Arthas.
Okay, that's cool.
Seen this?
Yeah, they're cool.
He's like the little cute little Arthas. He's like a little, So again, that's like worth like $300 or something.
Is it? Shit, my life.
Really expensive. So we'll be giving away.
I mean, it's a bargain. Bargain for $300.
Bargain.
Like, it should be more.
Yeah. So we'll be giving away one of those. We will be giving away one of like a Home Sweet Home Stein, the one that you can see the back.
I got it.
One of those very, very special steins that were given to a few select creators.
Yeah.
With the launch of Housing, you can win one of these.
And you can replicate.
And they are
You can
legit.
recreate. Yeah, I mean, they work. They're metal inside, you know, and around the edge, thankfully, so you don't have to touch your mouth on this plastic.
They're really hefty.
But, like,
they're not made of foam.
No.
They're
I think they're like resin. Kind of plasticky resin, but
don't put it in the dishwasher. But,
oh God, don't! But you know, like you can replicate the announcement of Player Housing when they revealed it. You know, and our dude was like, walking past Anixia's head, which turned out to be the only boss's head that you can put on the wall. Sorry, that little pet peeve. Just my little pet peeve.
There
the
will be more.
impression I was given was that
if you're a hunter, you get a big skeletal dragon head.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty sick.
I mean, I've got it, obviously, because I've got all the order halls. So, but yeah, I was kind of expecting maybe a few more heads here and there.
But it doesn't stop there. We are
always disappointed with the lack of heads.
Speaking of, we will be giving away a Midnight Dark Heart ornament.
What?
Yeah.
The one that comes with the collector's edition? Or it's a different one?
I don't know. It's a Midnight Dark Heart ornament.
Wait, why didn't they just send us this shit? We could have sent it out.
They do not want it.
We could have sent it to the winners. I would have sent it to the winners. They'd have got like cardboard Warglaves, like from the post. They'd be like, oh, my Warglaive here. It's like these cardboard Warglaves.
Like, the inflatable Warglaves.
No, yeah. And like a cardboard Dark Heart just like coloured in purple by my son. And it's like, like that's what it looks like in real life. It just photographs really well. So.
Yeah. And then to round things out, we will be giving away 2 official BlizzCon tickets.
Holy shit! What?
Yep.
As in like physical tickets, like walk into BlizzCon sort of thing.
2 tickets to go to BlizzCon. Yeah. Like, there you go. We will be giving away all of that tomorrow. I don't know how. We haven't come up with a system yet. But
and these prizes, are they available to EU and NA or like
just to anyone?
Wow.
Just to everybody.
Because it's Blizz sending them out, right? So it's kind of on them. It's their problem.
Exactly. So Blizz will be sending the stuff out. So this stuff is for everyone and anyone. It's going to be great. I have a Christmas outfit. Tally has, he'll be wearing this hat if I can get him to wear it.
I'll wear it.
It will be very
just
festive.
not on my head.
I tried to get some eggnog, but eggnog does not exist in this country. So I might whip some up myself. We might have some like festive activities. We'll see what's going on. It'll be really, really fun. It's going to be Friday night.
Granny's come around to look after the kids, and the only way we could get Granny to come around and look after the kids, because she's super busy at the moment, was like, look, you don't have to put them to bed. They're allowed to stay up until like 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Christmas. Watch some videos, have some fun with them. Just chat. So it's gonna be a nightmare. Honestly, we're gonna finish this stream and walk into like literal. It'll be like Diablo. Yeah. It'll be like the Divinity and Diablo trailers all together, like just downstairs when we enter the living room. It's gonna be hideous. But before that, we'll have lots of fun on stream. Be great.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that is the plan for tomorrow. That's 7 p.m. UK time tomorrow until 10 p.m. 11 a.m. Los Angeles time until 2 p.m. Friday, it's going to be fun. We are wrapping up, putting a bow on it, ending the official 12 days of Wintervale.
That's pretty cool.
Great Father whatever is winter.
Grandfather Christmas time.
Great Father Winterman has truly blessed us, and we get to pass it
Great Father Winterman with these Ferrero Rocher. You are really spoiling us. Awesome. Well, fantastic.
So that's the plan. Can't wait.
Hooray! Good. Okay, fantastic. Well, is it time for us to talk about the actual? It's been an hour.
So. It's been an hour.
We can talk about the actual like topic of this podcast now, which is 2025. Now, all I've got to do is find the first video that we had in 2025, so that we can. No, that's 2024.
Yeah.
Okay. Should have guessed by the title already.
Let's see.
And we'll go through our video titles because they will work as a record for 2025, and we'll decide whether it was a good year or a bad year for World of Warcraft. But just off the top of your head, Evie, was it a good year or a bad year for World of Warcraft?
I think it was a great year.
Yeah, you reckon?
I think it was a genuinely good year for me personally as a World of Warcraft player. I feel very good. I feel like I've had a flow of stuff.
Yeah.
A kind of like there have been waves and there have been ebbs, but all in all, there have been some like really high points. We've gotten, as a player, it's been great. As people working in the World of Warcraft space, we went to Goodwood,
You can't say it was a good year for WoW because we went to Goodwood, Evie.
I'm not saying that.
That's not how it works.
As a person in the World of Warcraft space, it has been super fun. There's been lots of fun stuff going on. I mean, what should we? We had Undermine. We had Karesh.
Yeah.
We had lots of patches in between.
Yeah.
We had player housing.
Yeah.
I mean, and we had a bit of Plunderstorm in the beginning of the year. Did we have Plunderstorm in the beginning of the year?
I think so. Yeah.
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 So I mean, it was good, and I mean, we had Gamescom.
Mm-hmm.
We had the midnight reveal. So yeah, waves and ebbs, but as a whole, I really enjoyed 2025 as a WoW player. I was switched on until I wasn't, and then I found other things to do in the game.
Yeah,
it's felt good.
And in that sense, the War Within has been, the majority of the entire expansion has been this year. Obviously. So if we look back at our videos starting in January 2025 this year, our first video of the year was an episode of the Weekly Reset, which was literally entitled "This is Amazing, the Many Great Things About Undermined."
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, this is when Undermine hit the PTR.
Mm-hmm.
And, we got to see the city for the first time.
Nice.
And we got to ride around in our car for the first time and try all that. And I was so enthusiastic about it because I thought it was just such a beautifully realized setting with the car and there's no music in it at that point, but just the how vivid it was and how detailed it was, even on the PTR. And I think I was right. Undermine was incredible, right?
I loved Undermine. Atmospherically, it was this year saw one of my two favorite WoW patch settings, which was Undermine and Karesh. I thought they both absolutely ruled in terms of visuals, music, storytelling. I think WoW, the soundtrack to Undermine was nominated for literally something. They were literally
you're not allowed to nominate WoW at the Game Awards.
No, it wasn't at the Game Awards.
Oh, okay.
It was exactly. It was at something else. But it was in the industry, and it was nominated alongside literally the soundtrack to K-pop Demon Hunters.
Nice.
It was up there, and it was. I thought that the fact that they ran with it, that they really went for it. They went for the whole vibe. They went for the atmosphere. They went for Drive, which is fine. And they went for just the entire elements, goblins, chaos, jazz. Yeah. It was great and it was perfect. I loved it.
The only way that Undermine could have been as an experience, and maybe this is a bit for a little bit later on, but could have been improved for me, was front loading the rewards for the car and stuff like that, because it's I'm they're all packed way behind individual cartel renown, which I can't know. I'm not going to get renown now that it's not current content anymore. just so I can unlock car customizations on a car that I'm not going to use because it's not current content anymore. Like, they need to put all those customizations right at the very beginning of All the Renown so we could get them and then like have fun customizing our cars and stuff. But I think that was a feature that basically wasn't used because of the way it was kind of like structured.
I thought Drive was fun. I liked how it was. I liked how it was a nice, quick, zippy way to get around like this circular map. It was pretty cool. I liked how it was integrated into like the raid, you know, like I those are bits that I really enjoyed. Like as a system, I did not care. I did not tweak my car in any way.
No.
I did not customize like its speed or like, you know,
its drift.
None of it. I literally did not touch it. I did not customize how it looked. Nothing happened there.
Yeah.
But it was a fun way to get around.
I think like overall, I am going to remember it as one of the best zones ever in WoW. Like, you know,
fabulous.
I enjoyed it at the time very much. I still think it's got some of the best side quests ever in WoW as well.
Excellent
like
side quests.
really good.
Really good.
The raid is like stupendously fun as a concept and stuff like that.
The raid was
and it's just like it's everything it needed to
really
be.
Good raid.
It was really good, and like I think it will go down as one of the. And there's always going to be haters, man. It's like such a specific concept.
Yes.
But I think it will generally go down as one of like the best patches in WoW, and that was this year, so that was pretty good. And then the next video after that is okay. Player housing had already been announced at this stage. We knew it was coming, but we knew literally nothing about it. Right, so there was lots of like speculation as to what form it would take, right? And you know, I was completely wrong. My money was on it being like an ESO style system, where you would buy like instance places from all over the world.
That spot in Bellameth is made for player housing.
And then the interior building would be very limited, really. You'd just kind of be like placing toys and stuff around the place, really. So when that quest where you get your little apartment in Undermine popped up on the PTR, we put out a video saying the first player housing is already in 11.1. Glimpse at the future of WoW. And you know, we were like, is this how player housing is going to work? Is this like a little glimpse of player housing? It was not. But I still own that apartment in Undermine. It was technically my first player house. I'm still on the ledger.
It's still in the lease, right?
It is mine. Then we had our 11.1 tier sets ranked Undermine dungeon sets rated by T&E.
Delightful.
Yeah. Shouldn't have called that dungeon sets, really, because this raid sets should have changed that. Don't know how that title stayed there for 11 months, pretty much. Should change that one. Anyway, they were good raid sets. They were excellent. And then we put out a big video at the end of January about add-ons in WoW.
Yeah.
And
you worked on that one for a long time.
Yeah, you can't play WoW without add-ons, or can you? A video that, it won't surprise you to learn, has had a little spike in views recently at the end of the year. Yeah. Don't know why. No idea why. But basically there'd been a lot of chatter around add-ons and how they ruined the game and we should get rid of all of them. Oh, how people's tunes have changed now. But that was a discourse for a little while. And, you know, I decided, wouldn't it be good? And we were still in season 1 of War Within at the time. Wouldn't it be good to start a character with no add-ons at all and see how far I could get, like in a competitive setting? Like, what was the highest Mythic Plus rating I could get? Could I get Keystone Hero? And I did it on a healer, I did it on 2 tanks, and I did it on a trash DPS. And I thoroughly enjoyed the experience. And I remain, to this day, an absolute advocate of add-ons. I think they're brilliant. I think they're good for the game. I think they're wonderful. You know, apart from the kind of 1% of add-ons that do raid mechanics for you and stuff like that and trivialize shit that shouldn't be trivialized, you know, I just think they're a very good thing. But since doing this challenge, I kind of appreciate the game in a different way. And I actually really like having as few combat add-ons as possible now. And that's why perhaps I'm actually quite quietly confident about Midnight and, you know, the missing combat add-ons there, because unexpectedly my experience with WoW was a lot smoother, and this is with a fraction of the amount of UI changes that are coming in Midnight, you know, that I was able to play with. But like, my experience was way smoother than I thought it was going to be, and way more satisfying than I thought it was going to be as well. And And so after it's because of the experience of this video and how much fun it was that this is why I'm pretty chill about the whole Midnight add-ons situation, honestly, and why I'm not dooming. And maybe I should be dooming, but this is why I'm not. And why I'm pretty, despite how much I love add-ons, I'm pretty chill about all this, to be honest. So we'll see. If it turns out to be an absolute shit show, blame this video, because this is why I feel like this. Then we had the announcement, the first announcement of housing, the very first blue post that came out telling us all about it. And our weekly reset that week was all about that very first blue post, which basically went through everything that was going to be happening in player housing. And we got our first kind of like sight of, the shape it was going to take. And that means neighborhoods. What else did they tell us about? Mostly neighborhoods, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think that was the big neighborhood.
Lumber. They told us about lumber and kind of like collections and the themes that you could have on the inside. Yeah. Did we get our first glimpse of decorating? I'm not sure if we did.
No, I think we just learned about decor.
Yeah, I think that came in the later blue post. So like, and I think most of us were very, very surprised at kind of how much there was going to be with housing.
Yes, and I think because of that, people were like, really? I think people were excited.
I think people were very split on the neighborhood thing.
Yes.
Because I feel like people wanted to buy a house in Grizzly Hills, right? People wanted to buy a house in Stormwind, right? People wanted to buy a house in one of the other 3 places that people want to buy houses. And they wanted it in the open world. And the idea of neighborhoods, and I've got to admit, my first reaction to neighborhoods was like one of slight disappointment, because I wanted like, my house in the open world as well.
You wanted it somewhere recognizable.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. So that, I feel like people were cautiously optimistic about housing at that point, and then we had the wins and very big L's of patch 11.1 as our next video.
What does we even describe as an L?
What do I describe as an L in here? Well, I think there were lots of people that didn't like the drive kind of mount. The time gating of the story campaign.
Yeah.
Which I stand by. Yeah. That story campaign did not need any time gating at all. It was split into 2. When I did it on the PTR, it was all in one go, and I loved it. And having what's his name, Gallywix and guy that gets shot just standing outside talking for a week, it's just fucking dumb, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just stupid. It's like, I'm going to try and convince Gallywix to stay here and help us overthrow... I'm going to try and convince Gazlo, to stay here and overthrow Gallywix. This might take some time.
Yeah.
And he spends a week talking to him in the open air, outside the house. And then after a week of talking about it, Gazlo's like, nah, mate.
Yeah.
and then bitch gets shot.
Yep.
And it's like, well, you should have been inside, shouldn't you?
Yep.
Wouldn't have got shot.
Yep.
Standing here for a week.
The whole thing with like Resnick missing a voice actor.
Resnick misses the voice actor.
No voice acting, which is like really jarring.
With like further reaching repercussions than that, still no one knows that. Like, well, we haven't had a BlizzCon. Someone will tell me at BlizzCon how that happened and what's going on now. I can guarantee. But and that's going to be one of my big questions. But it means we didn't get any Resnick voice in the dungeon either.
No.
Which is such a shame, because that's such a great dungeon, and he speaks loads in that dungeon. You don't even know.
He's got a great story. He's got a great voice too, and the great kind of like rogue, special options that you got with him.
And let's be real, that voice actor's not going to get any more work with WoW, is he? Because he's dead now. He just all like ashes and in the game. I don't know about the voice actor himself. Yeah.
And was this the first time we had a raid renown track?
Yes, the raid renown track was a new thing, and people were a bit upset about some of the rewards, although that had already happened on PTR.
Oh, of course.
Because don't forget,
right.
in PTR, at first, the Puzzling Cartel chips were on the Renown track.
Yes.
And like relatively early in the Renown track as well. And then I still maintain that someone put those on them by mistake.
Oh.
Or didn't remove them by mistake.
Yeah.
And they were never meant to go out with the PTR. And they were never meant to be a thing in season 2 at all. It was an idea that they were throwing around, but they'd ultimately decided, nah, stupid idea. And then they had to like commit to it once it was on the PTR, because there would have been hell to pay. We'd have gone to Blizz HQ, just like in Undermine, and we'd have been pulling down the Metzen statue. I would be like, boo, where's our Puzzling Cartel chips? So that was a disappointment. I didn't like the tier sets either. I liked the tier set looks, but I did not like the tier set abilities. The
abilities were kind of underwhelming.
Role-specific abilities can suck my nunads.
Yeah. If you like the whole kind of goblin aesthetic, the tier sets were really cool. And I enjoy when tier sets reflect the raid.
Yeah, but they didn't reflect the raid in how they looked. But I had no problem with that. Yeah. No, it was just the 2 set and 4 sets that I didn't like. Yeah, just the literal effects, the kind of like the randomized procs, most boring things ever. Just shit, just rubbish. Yep. Didn't like those. So those were the big L's. Oh, and the Renown track for getting like car stuff and stuff. Yeah,
of course.
But otherwise, it was mostly big dubs, I think, in that video. So
pretty good.
Yay, Undermine. Then we had our Goodwood trip and our interview with
Ian and Maria.
Ian and Maria, thank you.
That was lovely.
I forgot Ian's name for a second then. Sorry, stupid me. And then Blizzard's big Undermine mistake. What was that? What was Blizzard's big Undermine mistake?
So funny looking back on
it. Yeah, I know. It's like, what were they?
Maybe it's up there in your...
server lag, player reactions to drive, and lots of new store mounts and bundles. Do you remember there was a huge store mount bundle that came out while everything was kind of going wrong?
Yes, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it? Oh, right. Yeah. This is kind of like the advent of like huge bundles.
Yes, right? Because now,
now it's just part of the normal like cycle.
Yeah,
like non-stop bundles.
It's true, but yeah, you're right. This was the very beginning of it. Absolutely. And say what you like about it. Yeah.
Marvelous.
We're giving that away tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it sucks to be you if you pay $55 for it. We told you not to, but now you can win it from us. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it's a shame, isn't it? I'm at the stage now where even as a professional World of Warcraft enjoyer, 2025 has been so intense with all its store like mounts and transmogs and toys and packages, fun, and like there have been ones that have literally passed me by.
Yeah, same.
That I didn't even notice.
It used to not be the case. Like I used to always be aware, but I saw that there have been times where I'm like, oh, what is that person wearing? Then I'm like, shop set that I've like never even clocked.
Yeah.
Less so now because obviously I've come through.
I went to the store on stream one day just to show someone something, and I was like, what's all this stuff?
What is this?
There's so many bundles here.
Yeah.
I had no idea on. So yeah, So I would say that's probably a bad thing about 2025 overall. I mean, all the sets and mounts and stuff are really good, but it just, it's not even exhausting. It just, you become completely numb to it, and you don't even. It used to be that any store mount or anything like that was an event in World of Warcraft. For better or for worse, it was an event, and now it's just not anymore because it's like so standard.
Yeah,
I don't love it.
Yeah.
Okay, but then 2025 gets serious. Okay, because then the first like proper moment of player housing blue postage came along, and this was the blue post that showed us the decor placement in houses. This is the one that kind of like showed us how in-depth decor was going to be, and this was the moment I think where anyone paying attention was like, oh shit,
yes,
housing is going to be top tier.
Yeah.
The title of this video for this blue post was Player Housing is so much better and bigger than we dared hope. A title that has aged extremely well. Not all of our titles do.
No.
But this one has. This was the moment. And as soon as you saw like the degree to which you could move stuff around and place it, and most importantly of all, the clipping.
Oh, God. Because scaling and clipping.
The scaling and clipping is the thing that you go, and people that were familiar with Player Housing and other games, they looked at that, we looked at that, and we were like, oh, you're going to be able to literally make anything. You're going to be able to make anything you want. It doesn't really matter what the decor they even provide is to a certain extent, because you are going to be able to just put stuff together and make stuff. And lo, that's exactly what happened. So yeah, this was the moment for me where it became very obvious that Player Housing was going to be like a genuinely wonderful thing, right? Yeah, and you had the dyeing and stuff in there as well.
Love it.
Yeah, and I look at like floor plans and stuff.
Yeah, this was like our first kind of proper look at housing in action.
Yeah, and I think from then on in, we knew that we were in for something really, really special.
Yeah.
So I would say this was like one of the most significant moments of the year. And maybe even in the history of World of Warcraft, honestly, as well. Because it really did kind of, from then on in, we were just completely sold on Player Housing. And I had basically no doubts about Player Housing from that moment on.
Yeah.
Really, really great. Then
it's so funny looking back at that and like recognize those assets.
Yeah.
I feel like I know all of those.
Yeah, exactly. Now you know them back of your hand, right? Why WoW is too easy now and huge class changes now live. Okay, there's just a standard episode of the Weekly Reset. Yeah, but then the 11 best theories about patch 11.2. I just want to see what our theories actually were and how wrong they all were. Theory 1, Inside the Dark Heart. There was a lot of thinking at the time because we'd seen like the cinematic at the end of the Gallywix fight where you see the ethereal with the Dark Heart and the ruins of Karesh, like Argus in the sky. And that one of the big theories around at the time was that actually he was inside the Dark Heart, and that was what Inside the Dark Heart looked like. Now, we did end up going into the Dark Heart in the Demencius fight.
Yes, we did.
To fight him. So it wasn't completely wrong, but no, it was in fact Karesh. Oh, Azeroth's World Soul was another one. That's what Karesh was. It was Azeroth's World Soul, and it was all corrupted and smashed up.
I remember.
The other theory was that maybe it was Sargeras' first victim, the one that you see in Chronicle, the first void-infected planet that he comes across and smashes with his sword. No. The other theory was that it was Demencius, which it wasn't. But the other theory was that it was Xalatath's true form.
Wow.
She's just a big old broken planet.
Yep.
Anyway, and then the other theory was, just chucked in at the end there, that it might be, who knows, maybe it could be Karesh, Homeworld of the Ethereals. So and then we were like, well, who are those Ethereals? Are they Shadowguard betrayers? Yes, they are. That was the answer. And the Ethereals want to save their world. Ethereals want to destroy our world. Theory number 12. We team up with Xalatath.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, well, at least there was some stuff in there that was right.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So okay, happy with that. That's good. And of course, then it all turned out fine. Yeah. Whatever. We'll get to that. And then we had the announcement of the return of Horrific Visions.
Yay! That was really like I think the high point of the year for me. Like the announcement and then actually playing Horrific Visions.
But little did you know that would turn out to be the best part of that entire patch. Because now I'm starting to remember just how shit that patch was. Yes. Now I'm starting to remember, like, I was all like,
Nightfall.
no, 2025, great year for WoW. It's been really, really good. And then I remember patch 11.2.7. Was it 2.7 or 2.5? 2.5. 11.2.5.
1.5.
And what a
1.5.
What a fuck up that was. Oh my god, I feel like we spent the whole year talking about what a terrible patch that was. Like how cool my hair looks in this video. And it's fair to say I wasn't particularly excited about the imminent return of Horrific Visions.
No. Although I did play through it a bit. I did a bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out to be the most fun thing about that patch, like I say. Yes, and then we have a weekly reset episode called No Dinars.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's one.
Right.
Still no dinar. Still no Puzzling Cartel shit. And it became clear that this shit wasn't happening until 11.1.7. Just like, yeah. And people weren't happy about that, Evertel. And people starting to notice the weird time gating coming in the next patch as well. Which, should you come back for 11.1.5? I mean, we rate the time gating issue as being a big reason why you might not want to there. And then
I thought we actually had an intro on that week set.
Yeah. We've had lots of intros this year. It's been harder recently.
We should do a compilation.
Yeah, totally. No. We haven't done a compilation for years and years and years.
People love those.
No, statistically, objectively, no, they don't.
Fine.
Okay. And then Blizz blew it.
What did they blow?
Well, they could have saved the entire patch, but they didn't. They blew it by not having dinars, basically, in 11.1.5. And people went cray-cray.
Oh my God.
People were not happy. Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't like it.
Community
people
as a whole.
I mean, do you want to see the shit show comments from this one?
Yeah.
Insane garbage. Massive L, Blizzard. This has to be the worst system ever added. Haha, fish this company. Basically hard skip for 99.9% of all players.
Wow.
Well done, Blizzard. Worst idea ever. This is way beyond stupidity. What a load of bullshit, Jesus.
Yeah, wow, people weren't happy, were they?
They didn't like it.
They did not like it.
Here's the thing. I think it's probably the right decision.
Probably.
Probably the right decision not to have dinars or Puzzling Cartel chips. They've been called Puzzling Cartel chips twice now and only dinars once. So, fuck it.
Yeah.
I think it was probably the right decision not to have dinars in the opening patch of the of the season.
Yes.
Honestly. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think it was probably right to have it later on, probably, if we're honest.
I think so.
It was all about dinars. People weren't happy about that shit. People were very, very angry. Seems a bit silly almost to think back about how angry we were.
It does seem silly. And I mean, Nightfall was like buggy in the beginning. I remember.
Oh yeah, but this isn't even about that.
Yeah, no, I know.
This is purely just about dinars.
Just purely dinars.
Yeah, and the Nightfall thing came.
Oh yeah.
came like later, but we'll get to that because then there was another blue post, and this is a recurring theme of this year because I think one of the great things about this year has been the very good communication from the housing team in the build up to the release of player housing.
Yes.
Which was pretty wonderful, and like these blue posts at regular intervals, and the next one that came out after the Decor one, after that had basically just put us on a one-way ticket to awesome Houseville, was the crafting professions one. Which was pretty cool as well, and and how decor would be crafted, sold on the auction house, and also how collections would work, getting stuff from quests and with achievements and things like that. One thing I'm going to ask you, Evie.
Yes.
Did you receive as much decor from achievements on day one of player housing as you were expecting to?
It's hard because I haven't.
It's hard to know what you got.
It's hard to know what I got. I have like a little decor achievements add-on, and it's not actually a huge amount. There's like one thing from Shadowlands. You know what I mean? And for other expansions, there are a lot of like quests, like items tied to quests. There are a few like achievement ones as well. I don't know. Maybe they're still going to be like retroactively added.
Yeah.
But you're right. It isn't as much as I thought there would be from past achievements.
Yeah, I was expecting. Well, like I say, I was expecting more boss head. I was expecting a whole museum of stuffed boss heads in my house.
Trophies.
I was expecting
trophies.
Yeah, I was expecting to come in through
like
the front door. I was expecting to take my hat off and throw it, and it would like land on like Garrosh's head or something.
Yeah.
And then I'd be all like, yeah, and like be all these like dead bosses everywhere.
Yes, yeah.
And it's not what's happened, is it?
No. But maybe again they still have time to add that.
Yeah.
They can always go back and add it.
They better. That's all I say.
Yeah.
And then our next video was who will die in the World Soul Saga, and you know what? I stand by most of my guesses here.
Yeah.
Thrall, Turalyon
for sure.
I'm like one way or another. That bitch is toast.
Yeah, I can.
Like
I can
that
see
dude.
it.
He's a dead man. He's not making it out of that expansion. Like, is there in the chat? I want to put this to chat real quick. Is there anyone who thinks Turalyon will survive? This is the World Soul Saga, but I'm not even betting it. He's not getting it at midnight, mate.
You think so?
Are you fucking kidding?
It would be the right time for him to die.
He's gone. They're doing that thing that they used to do with female characters of just being like, "Ooh, he's angry."
Yeah. There's been a shift.
Oh.
Yeah.
That used to be their stock thing for female characters. It's like ooh, she's a bit angry, isn't she?
She's
Uh-oh.
She's a bit emotional.
Whoa. But now they and they're doing it with Turalyon as well. It's like he is so dead. He is gonna get splattered.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe heroically.
I think
but
I could see some elements.
Dude's toast. Like I just hope he's got all his affairs in order. I just hope he's got all his like ducks lined up. I hope he's done his will recently.
But
Erentor's
has only just gotten to hang out with him a bit.
No, isn't that so sad?
Yes.
So sad. No, he's dead.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I'm still certain that Thrall will die in the World Soul Saga at some point as well.
At some point.
Yeah. And then we had our trip to Boston.
Yeah.
Where we got to try player housing.
You got to try player housing.
We got to try player housing.
I was extremely jealous.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Look, I already had no doubts that player housing was going to be awesome at that point. But getting to play it and meeting the team who were working on it and things like that. I mean, like once you've seen the passion that they have for it, and once you talk to them about it, like there was just no way player housing was going to be bad, and the amount of enthusiasm they had for feedback and ideas and how amazing it already was to play with. Just really terrific stuff. Really, really good stuff. Mm-hmm. Got some confirmation of stuff that was going to be in housing from the interview that did not turn out to be in housing. A recurring theme with our housing interviews, I feel. I was told specifically in this opening interview that we would be able to like collect books which were readable, because in that first testing there were books in my decor library which when I placed them on the floor were interactable and like were just flat out readable like they are in game.
I mean, you say that it's not here yet.
Not yet.
But I can see it coming.
Well, I haven't heard anyone talking about it.
Yeah, but there's loads of stuff.
And it was already there, and they took it out.
Okay.
It went the way of
look at it
the
this
gimbal.
They have a lot. Like player housing is a forever feature, right? Like it's going to be around forever as long as the game's around. They can take their time. Like they don't have to release everything at once.
True.
They can save some like real showpieces for when they need them.
Yeah.
That's just, they're not going to release everything in one go.
Yeah, whatever. The player housing features that players demand was our next video. I just want to have a little look at what those were and how many actually made it into the game. Character portraits has not made it to the game. No. Lore libraries not made it to the game.
Well, again, I think it's absolutely coming. They've expressed so much interest and positivity around that feature.
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. Shareable import-export strings for player housing. This is like the number one request, even more so since player housing's gone live. And like many of the things in player housing, it's one of those things where they've gone, we will do that.
Yeah, it's just going to take
as soon as we work out how.
Yeah, it's like we need a lot of.
It's not like when we have time. It's like when we work out how to physically make it happen, we'll do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Communal space in neighborhoods. That would still be very cool. Less vital feeling now.
Less vital, but I think it could still happen.
Yeah. Alts in my house.
They want that, but again. Yeah.
Yeah. Open door policy, which has happened.
Yeah.
Transmog display, which has not happened. Farming, which has not happened. Let me play Hearthstone in my player house, which will never, ever, ever happen. Orchestra rolls, which has happened with an add-on.
An add-on.
Displayable trophies from Mythic Plus, etc. It looks like that is happening.
That is happening, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
New professions for player housing, not really.
Not really.
Lumber collecting, which is a thing. I mean, yeah. And a third neighborhood for Midnight, which I don't think should happen, actually, now. I think I don't want a new one in Midnight. We've talked about that a lot. Anyway, then Xalatath's true form revealed and what it means. Oh, yeah. Do you remember how exciting it was when that lore walking quest came along with Xalatath? I still... peak lore walking that. Absolutely peak. Just really good. Really good. I still get excited when I think about it now. Yeah.
It's so good.
So cool. And last minute buffs completely changed 11.1.7. Oh god, we're on 1.7 already.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the new Demon Hunter spec was speculated. Yeah. Why was it speculated again? Oh, because of the bosses in Karesh.
Yeah.
In
And no, the storyline with what's his face?
But initially, even before that, it was the bosses in the Demon Hunter bosses in the raid.
That you had
and the 2-second shot of them in the trailer. And instantly, before they covered anything else, Wowhead put out an article speculating that Demon Hunters were coming, like Void Demon Hunters. And I maintain to this day, they would never say. I would never ask, but I maintain to this day that they knew.
Okay.
It just makes no sense that that was their first article. After like the Karesh reveal stream.
I don't know. I feel I still think it's a very like this. All signs point to this.
That article was written and loaded up and
like
ready to go.
The button, like an obituary, right?
I know for a fact they had already seen that presentation.
Yeah, okay.
Like, and a number of creators had. Did we see it? I don't think we had. I think it was new for us. I don't think we'd seen it. But I know that they had, because they had an interview that came out afterwards. Mr. GM had as well.
Okay.
So creators had seen it. And it was that thing. It was like, you've got an interview with the devs. You're going to need to see this presentation before you interview the devs, but we want it ready for when like the announcement happens. So I know that they had seen the trailer, and of all of the things in that presentation, before they released like, we're going to Karesh, before we released like new raid renown or anything like that, they put out an article that was based on 2 seconds of that entire presentation going, Void Demon Hunters? And I just think they knew.
Okay, fair. All right. I can see.
Like anyway, if they didn't know, amazing speculation. And do you know what? Even if they did, fair play. Yeah. Like this is not shade at Wowhead by any means. Like I'm not saying they've done anything wrong or anything at all. And you know what? If it was just like flat out good speculation, still a weird choice for your first article, but fair play. That's what I say. And then the tier sets video came out, which was just amazing, honestly. Yeah. Collector's Bounty. Oh, Collector's Bounty came out after that.
Collector's Bounty ruled. I loved Collector's Bounty. It really did it for me. Also, we got Dan Olsen in that video.
yeah. But Collector's Bounty was incredible. It was like, I would say it was the other time this year, apart from player housing launching, where the whole community was just like super happy.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was not expecting it to even be like a blip on my radar. And yet suddenly there I was, like farming old mounts and really enjoying it, right?
I did not expect to enjoy Collector's Bounty as much as I did. What mounts did you get from Collector's Bounty?
I got the Janum Mythic mount.
Nice.
I got like one of the horse mounts.
Nice.
One of the Karazhan mounts.
Stonecore one was big for you, wasn't it?
Yeah. I got the Vitreous Stone Drake, thank God. And that one actually, I got
my coffee.
I got some
it's
other
an hour
ones.
old, this coffee.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them. I got loads of them. It felt really, really good. And I got some like insane transmogs.
I got Invincible, which I forgot about until I went to my garrison to try and buy some decor.
Oh God.
And motherfucker was in my stable in my garrison. And I was like, holy shit, what's Invincible doing there? Yeah. Holy shit, I've got Invincible.
Yay.
Yeah, but seriously, I got Invincible. I was like, oh, nice one. My second ever attempt or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I literally just forgot about him until I went to my garrison for player housing decor.
Love it.
Isn't that tragic?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a really good event. It was really fun how everyone was hanging out outside all the instances and stuff like that.
Oh, it was so
really,
good.
really cool.
I did not get Mimiron's head. Oh, I got like the astral cloud serpent. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, I did not get Mimiron's head, which was one that I actually farmed the most, which is my only regret. So when do you think we'll get another collector's bounty?
Not for a while. It's got to stay fresh.
Yeah. Neighborhood Renown was then announced and detailed in a blue post. Our next player housing blue post. God, these blue posts have been amazing. So good. And I would say this is and probably remains the most controversial feature of player housing. You know,
well, it's the one that we know least about. Really.
Yeah, and the leveling aspect of it, and I think it's going to be like incredibly passive.
It is exactly, that is the keyword. It is just going to be passive.
But I don't think it was like, you know, the existence of Renown or Endeavors themselves. I think it was more to do with the fact that there was a leveling aspect to the houses at all.
Yes.
Like, wait, I'm going to have to level up my house to unlock this amount of decor or be able to place this particular room or something like that. I think that's the thing that people really kind of didn't like the idea of, honestly. So, yeah, but we've had a chance to test them a little bit on the... we also speculated that Night Elf and Blood Elf... Yeah. Housing exterior was hinted at in this blue post as well. So that's when we got our first like little taste of that and how neighborhoods would work and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Endeavors are they're very passive. They're like your traveler's log.
Exactly.
Basically.
They just get filled up when you do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and,
which you do anyway, right?
Exactly. But the rewards are good. So the Endeavor that's been up on the beta is the Blood Elf one, which it will clearly launch with, right? When Midnight launches. And the main reward that you get from there's lots of like little rewards that you get, like kind of decor items, like bottles, lots of wine, lots of like kind of you know elegant kind of you know like, housey things. Yeah. But the big reward is that you get a permit to buy artwork, expensive artwork, from the artwork vendor in Silvermoon. And there's like 10, 15 kind of paintings that you can buy for your house.
I love
10, 15 paintings. Yeah. You know?
I want paintings.
Pretty cool. Yes. Pretty awesome. Like that's a genuinely very, very good reward there. Pretty cool. I think that'll be fun. Then we had our big video where we speculated on what the new class in Midnight would be. Right. We're starting to gear up for the Midnight reveal here, you know. Yeah. Karesh hasn't yet launched, but we are gearing up about it. You know, obviously we touched on the Demon Hunter spec.
Yeah.
We kind of say very possible.
Yeah.
But let's say no so we can talk about more interesting things. Tinker for real this time and Radiant Bard. Obviously, neither of those things happened.
Nothing.
And it was, in fact, the Void Demon Hunter.
It was. It's fine. I can live with it.
Yeah. Have you played any of it on the PTR, on the beta?
The Void Demon Hunter?
No, the Tinker. Yes, the Void Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm only getting my head around Demon Hunter now anyway.
It's a spec, isn't it? It's a spec.
It is a spec, and it's purple.
Yeah. Oh, we also talked about like how it was a bit weird that Blizz weren't bringing in certain rewards into Legion Remix, which is less of an issue now that Legion Remix is here and everyone's like buying all the amazing rewards and having a lot of fun. But yeah, it still feels a bit weird that they didn't put artifact appearances in there to me. Personally, recolors at the very least. Aleria's Midnight Fate and 11.2's Big Hits and Misses. 11.2 launched, everyone.
Woohoo!
And use this as an opportunity to talk about 11.2. What did you think of the patch?
What did we get in 11.2?
Karesh
fucking rules. Sorry, I love Karesh so much.
Do you still love Karesh? Because I feel like the general opinion on Karesh has gone down since launch.
I think like just a really lovely, cohesive, cool zone, cool vibe. Anything to do with ethereals, awesome. Demencius, like crazy. Do you remember the hype around like Demencius?
Holy shit, Demencius is I think probably the best final boss.
He is
the best raid ending boss.
Absolutely one of the coolest bosses ever. You cannot deny it. But yeah, like someone said in chat, like I loved Karesh, but I felt like I was kind of done with it
very quickly actually. Yeah.
And it was like the intensity was kind of there. And I think in the whole lead up to Dimensius, super, super cool. And the kind of odd thing where you actually end with the dungeon, which kind of...
That was... Okay, so that, like, talking about time gating, that was an instance of time gating actually making the story not make sense.
It did not make sense.
Like, the fact that they time gated that story, which they had no reason to do, again, like, it would have worked much better if they'd, like, not done that. And the fact is, the dungeon came out in the week which had the ending of the story that they hadn't got to in the story yet.
Yeah, so it was like it didn't...
like completely fucked up the entire cadence of the story.
I remember a dev saying that, like, you know, we're kind of trying this. We're trying out a different approach to not making the raid the end of the patch, but a dungeon the end of the patch. And I would say, just because of what we're used to and how we play, it didn't really land. It didn't really hit for me.
You can't... You can't make the dungeon the end of the story of the patch, but have it come out before the other bits.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yep.
That's dumb. It's not a Brecht play. You don't start with the ending.
No, and so it was a bit odd, and I understand why, and I like kind of what they did with the story. I thought that was quite.
Oh, I thought the story was great. I thought the lore was like exquisite, and they pulled off the Xalatath team up. They pulled off like her role.
The story was really, I thought, was great. I know some people didn't care for it. I thought it worked really, really well.
Yeah.
So I loved the patch. I loved Karesh. The raid, fantastic. And it felt like it was this kind of like period of like a few weeks of like intense activity.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of stopped. And I get that happens with like, it's you know, one of the last patches. It's kind of the main the big boss, right, of the expansion. And after that, it's gonna kind of peter out. So
people also got to play Ecodome for the first time.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, and then it's all about midnight speculation. So, you know, Gamescom is coming up. We put out our bingo card and what have you, and then Gamescom happens. Woohoo! We get the announcement. Haranir, Demon Hunters, and Silverman, and the trailer, which loads of people at the time hated. I get the feeling it's done an inverse of Karesh. I get the feeling a lot more people like the cinematic more now. Can you, if you're in chat right now, can you let us know if you didn't like the cinematic at first, but have since warmed to it? If you're that person, just put an oi in chat or a yes in chat, or like if you like had an initial reaction of not liking the cinematic, but now like it a bit more, let us know. Because I think there's quite a few people that feel like that. I think there was a lot of like negativity around the cinematic at first, and I think with time and, you know, seeing Midnight kind of in action and stuff like that, and it not being part of a very weird kind of juttery, unfulfilling, unsatisfying announcement cycle anymore. Yeah. People have been allowed to like it now. I've always loved it. When I saw it, I
thought it was super cool. Yeah. And again, I feel like it's just so hard to land those things sometimes. And I think they kind of took a risk with how it was announced, and the comms around the announcement were insane and made no sense. And I think that, but you know, we've talked about this infinitely before. But yes, I enjoy the cinematic. I think it's gonna be one of those that people look back on and go like, "This is cool. This
awesome
kicks
cinematic.
off some like real shiz going down in Silvermoon and the Sunwell, and like this is gonna be cool."
You are allowed to not like it, obviously, and you're not wrong if you don't like it. It's subjective. Nice. You're allowed to feel however you like about it for whatever reason. My personal opinion, though, is that it's a fucking banger. Love that cinematic. I think it's great. Really, really cool. Yeah. And then we had an interview with some housing stuff where I was promised shit that didn't happen. And then we had, look at the thumbnail of this video, Evie. Yeah. You are doing your best. In fact, I think we recreated a Belial thumbnail specifically. I think I literally put the Belial thumbnail into Photoshop and then built this thumbnail on top of it. Because you are doing your best Belial face here. Your best I'm concerned about what's happening face. Yeah. We need to talk. where we told our side of what it felt like to be at Gamescom with that fucked up, terrible announcement schedule.
Oh yeah, it just didn't work.
And we have since heard stuff off the record that we can't repeat about that, which has been very illuminating, like very illuminating. Which doesn't contradict what we say in that video, actually, to be fair. So like that's it didn't work out. It didn't kind of happen, unfortunately. And it left a lot of people very underwhelmed. The kind of like WoW Direct that was the missing link in that entire puzzle. There's two things that don't make sense together. Did eventually come later, and that's when I feel like the real build up to Midnight started.
Yes, really. The build up actually started after Gamescom.
Yeah. And then we talk about then that has cinematic analysis. And then Legion Remix is all about to come out. There's the concerns about Midnight that everyone was having because there was concerns that there wasn't enough content. There was concerns that it wasn't a new class. In fact, what concerns did we have? How many are still looking valid right now? I was concerned about there being flying from the start, right? No new playable class. And a little bit concerned about that. Apex talents, a bit underwhelming still, I think. New character customizations, still what everyone wants. Player housing time gating hasn't turned out to be such an issue, which is good. Still waiting to see how the raids... Well, we were hanging out with Makes and Dratnos when they announced the scheduling for the raids. And Makes and Dratnos had some interesting things to say about it, being world first casters, such as they are, about how, we're expecting people to be doing like splits before, instead of killing like the last boss on Voidspire, like doing splits on it instead of going for the world first of it and stuff like that, and just like crazy. We'll wait and see how it actually pans out. And then was War Within a good expansion? We came to the conclusion it was. Do you still feel that way?
I loved it. I thought it was a great expansion.
Awesome. Then the Midnight Alpha hit, which was incredibly exciting. We got to see Silvermoon for the first time. We got to try housing en masse for the first time, which was pretty brilliant. We discovered the patch zone, which will be the 12.1 patch zone, which looks even more likely now, which we won't spoil now, but you can go back and see our video from 3 months ago if you want to. Then... we started, it was all player housing basically from here on in. We started looking at all the different plots and everything. We put out a video for the Horde neighborhood and for the Alliance neighborhood, like all the best plots. And what's really interesting is, obviously a lot of those plots we like scouted out and we looked at and we judged based on them being empty and based on them being empty plots all around them. And, I think the choices we made based on that were pretty good, but one thing that I've noticed is that since neighborhoods went live and since, people have been building on them, the plots that I think are the best plots have completely changed.
Same. Once you see a house on them, it changes everything. It changes your complete understanding of how the plot works. You rotate the house, you put some trees, it's likewise. The plots I loved in the beginning, I've moved on to different ones now.
Yeah, there were plots that I didn't even notice. First time round, which I say first time round. I went and I looked at every single plot and I got footage of every single plot and decided which one I liked best. And the ones that like where we live now was never on our radar, at all. Yeah, clearly. So good.
The Hearthsteel came out.
Then Hearthsteel.
I haven't heard anything about that for a little while.
They're not going to put anything on the store until it's available to everyone in Midnight, obviously.
I know,
but we know and we have known and we reported before this video. We reported a couple of videos before that there was spring shop items. So like the eggs and the gnomes and the blossom trees and things like that.
The outrageously beautiful cherry blossom trees.
Yeah, and they're so good. And you have to buy one of each that you want to place in your house for real money. No, not real money. Hearthsteel. Still a terrible idea. Still bullshit. We still hate that. Still time to change it. How Blizz killed transmog and then saved it again.
The transmog feature is brilliant.
So this was the transmog feature that hit, and this is not even in the game yet, but when it first hit on the alpha, on the beta, some of the numbers were a bit off and people got very angry about that, and then they just changed the numbers.
And then they were like, oh, that's not
alpha, mate. Yeah,
that literally was never going to be that.
And basically we're here. This is where we are. Was it a good year for World of Warcraft,
I thought it was a fantastic year. It was phenomenal. I had a really, really great time. I thought the game was in a fun place. Of course, it has its moments. There's some really big kind of moments like Gamescom, where everything feels quite shaky. When even interacting with any of the devs felt quite shaky. Like everyone felt ill at ease in August. It was a weird time, but it passed. All in all, really good.
I know your personal highlight of the year was driving a fucking race car around Goodwood.
That was super cool.
What do you think the WoW highlight of the year was for you?
I think Dimensius was so cool. I think Dimensius was awesome and like absolutely lived up to the hype. And he is so big. He's not as big as,
the music, man.
Music, but he's throwing little planets at you. I thought it was
still fun.
It is still fun, and it will still go down as I think a great raid boss and a great just whole kind of concept. It's got to be the top for me.
And the WoW lowlight.
The lowlight was the lowlight is probably going to be like Nightfall. I think that whole patch.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It was not. It just didn't feel great.
Yeah,
it was not great. But again, we got over it.
Nightfall patch was, and just the way it was like time gated out, completely ruined it for me. That was the low point for me. My high points were Undermine, Dimensius.
Yeah.
But I mean, my big highlight has to be player housing.
My God.
Basically everything around it this year. It's been such an exciting time. It's been such a monumental time in WoW. It's been like an absolute privilege to have been so kind of involved with it as well. Being able to go to Boston, being able to play it in Gamescom and stuff like that, and be talking to devs and interviewing devs all the way through. Like a highlight of like this entire channel's lifetime, honestly. Some of the housing stuff that we've done this year, like so good. Like and it turned out fucking great. So hasn't been ruined with Hearthsteel yet. That's a 2026 thing.
Not yet.
Quickly, let's do some
super chats.
Super chats.
Okay, first up is from Willow Night Song. Thank you for the super chat. And next one is from Azarash. Thanks, buddy. Hey Tally, hey Evie. This is your friendly super chat reminder. Cheers and love. Thank you for the reminder of the reminder.
Thank you, friend.
Next one is from New 2000. Hey T&E, I'm sure Bardo will ask when the next patron Q&A is. We will have one before the end of the year.
Oh, there's a fucking promise. Okay.
We will have one after Christmas.
I look forward to it.
In between Christmas and the New Year, we'll just get the grandparents to look after the kids for a bit. We'll do a patron Q&A and like a wrap up for you. I promise.
Okay.
Cross my heart.
I promise that Evie thinks that's going to happen.
It's lovely in here. It is. It's lovely in there. Next one is up from Prophet Wow. Merry Christmas, Tally and Evie. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what allied races you'd like to see or what you think might be coming. Same for future classes. Yes, Tally, we know you'd love the Bard.
Bard, please. Sold on Bard. A million percent sold on Bard.
You sold me on a Bard with that whole kind of Radiant song idea.
So great.
And people hearing music and then suddenly like...
And that idea came from the fake leak. That wasn't my idea.
I know.
Fake leaks are good for some things, you see.
I know.
So good. Allied race, what do you want?
Just ethereals.
Still?
Yeah.
Still on the ethereal
train? I'm never going to let go of that. I just want to play an ethereal.
Yeah, and for me, it's Tuskar always.
Always.
But I'd also put in a cheeky little vote for Sethrak, just because I know it would make so many people happy.
It really would, wouldn't it?
Like, absolutely, yeah. But no, it's gonna be Tuskar all the time for me. A Tuskar Bard. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So sold on that.
Love it. Thank you, Prophet Wow. Next one is from Ham Dude.
Sorry, proper fucking Armani trolls as well.
Oh yes,
not any of this like your like Darkspear troll can be green now. No, actually, like, give me the beefy fucking boys, Blizz.
I'm with you.
Give me those beefy boys, then give me Tuskar. But give me a beefy boy Armani Bard.
Yeah. Next one is from Ham Dude. I caught you live again. Apparently, the secret to seeing you live is taking a vacation to Japan.
Oh shit!
Hello
okay.
From Shiroishi, Japan. Keep up the good work.
Oh my gosh, how amazing!
Have an amazing time in Japan, and please turn this off and enjoy Japan. Next one is from Omadon666. Is the deeply social aim of housing being kneecapped by the simultaneous insistence on housing's multi-layered mechanical faction segregation, chat, guilds? Should they relax a bit on this? Yeah, I don't know. They do talk about how they want housing to be social, and it is. But they still want people to go out into the world, right? They still want people in the capitals. They still want people like not spending all of their time. So I think it makes sense to me as it is right now. I don't know. What do you think, Tally?
I think let's come back to this question when charter neighborhoods have been released.
Yes.
And when like the actual content of neighborhoods is there as well, like endeavors and things like that. What you're seeing at the moment is a very starter set for housing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not actually open to everyone yet. And speaking as someone who's in 3 guild neighborhoods, I find it very deeply social because obviously they are cross faction.
Yeah.
They are, I think with the whole neighborhood thing, it was always the idea of guild neighborhoods that was the most exciting to me. That's when I started. That's what sold me on neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, actually, I'm glad we're doing this because guild neighborhoods is just fucking excellent.
Yeah.
And they're so good. I take so much pleasure just going and seeing people's houses and stuff. And when there's like reason to be in the town center more with endeavors, you'll see people there much more and what have you. And I want to see it in an active season as well, where like there's raid nights and things like that. And at the moment, charter neighborhoods aren't there. So yeah, in a public neighborhood sense, those restrictions that you're describing are there, but there'll be less of those when the game actually goes live. I see what you're saying now. I don't actually think it's going to be an issue. And if you're in a guild neighborhood, it's not an issue at all. So like, come into the guild neighborhoods, the water's fine, it's great. But yeah, let's really good question. Let's revisit it when charter neighborhoods are there and midnight goes live.
Next one is from Asha Halassen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you streaming today so that we can have the roadmap in a few hours after the stream.
Oh shit! Are we expecting a roadmap
before the end of the year? Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, it hadn't even crossed my mind.
Maybe not today, but before the end of the year.
Oh my word!
I have no idea. We have 3 minutes left. I don't know what to predict. What
do you hope they will announce or showcase at BlizzCon next year? I mean, the question is, are they gonna do a proper announcement for Last Titan, right?
Yeah.
Oh, any roadmap predictions? Sorry,
yeah,
I went down to the question below. Sorry, any roadmap predictions? Well, I mean, I feel like you're gonna be able to fit pretty much every patch for midnight in there, right?
Oh yeah, because coming out in March.
Yeah, dare we say like 12.2 appears in there? That would I haven't worked it out actually, but I'm assuming so. I'm thinking 11.2 might be in there. That's sorry, 12.2.
12.2, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, when's the next Plunderstorm? When's the scary Halloween event happening that didn't happen at Halloween? The one they talked about at the Legion Remix panel and PAX. Yeah. The Vampire Survivors one. Yeah, whatever it actually is.
Yeah.
They teased the shit out of that and never did anything, did they? So I don't know, man. We'll find out. But yeah, I guess 12.2 would be the big one, wouldn't it? In that.
Definitely. Okay, we will dwell on that one.
Yeah.
We'll turn to that one more. Gokinson, since Midnight will still be pretty fresh and they already announced the Diablo expansion at the Games Awards, what do you hope they will announce or showcase to BlizzCon next year?
The question is it going to be Last Titan?
I'm thinking it is now. I was a doubter, and now I'm like, I think it has to be.
I feel like it's got to be.
I think it absolutely has to be.
Like, I don't see what else it can be.
Yeah.
They've got nothing else. A new IP. I think there'll be a new IP.
Oh, I dream of that.
And like
it would be really nice,
maybe whatever the survival game turned into, because I'm certain they wouldn't have just thrown all that in the bin.
Yeah.
It'll be like Titan got turned into Overwatch. It'll be something like that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like they've got nothing else.
No.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be Last Titan. I don't. It's way too soon. I don't see how they're going to do it, but I feel like they have to. Yeah.
Next one is from Zach. Thank you so much, Zach B. Been watching you guys since Legion. You are all awesome. Thanks for having a realistic and positive attitude
thanks,
about
mate.
the game. Thank you. What is your dream expansion theme in the future?
Oh, I mean, honestly, the big void invasion thing.
Oh yeah.
Is kind of it. I don't think they're quite doing it how I would want it to be my dream expansion, to be honest. But yeah, like Xalatath and the void thing has been so much fun. I would love to see like a real old god thing. I just have to go down and get the door. I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I'll be very quick.
Yeah, I think like a proper kind of old god. Invasion would be pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna fly through these because we have to go pick up the kids in a minute. But we will return to these more deeply in a bit. Next one's from Drakith Ryder. Thank you. I'm disappointed that neighborhoods are not part of the main cities. They have the phasing tech and plenty of space in every main city to add spots. I feel you, but at the same time, I enjoy having my neighborhood being in its own place, if that makes sense. And I have a feeling there's going to be additions of neighborhoods in the future that will have a different vibe, but that won't be in the main cities. But I do feel you. Like, I think when we saw like Gilneas being revamped, like all those little doors with nothing behind them, people are like, this could be player housing. Likewise with Belemeth. I mean, yeah, a Silver Moon district of housing could be good, could be real.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want Silver Moon district for housing. What were we talking about?
Housing neighborhoods not being parts of main cities.
Yeah.
Next one is from Jeremy Tyler Cook. Thank you so much. No question, just a thanks for all that you both do for the WoW community. We are lucky to have you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Chicago. Oh, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too, Jeremy.
I also say, Zach, I want the pirate expansion. I want my proper pirate expansion as well. Give me a ship, please. My customizable ship. I never got my customizable ship.
I'm kind of over that now.
Not me. I dream about it every night. It's the first thing I think of when I wake up.
I bet. Unsurprising.
You're going to have to talk because I just ran up the stairs.
Yeah, you did. Next one is from Drakith Ryder. Remember when you talked about Denuzer and that everyone would blame him for the bad story that he wasn't the lead for, but now we do. We know he led with the Haranir stealing Troll and Nelf lore.
Does it steal Troll and Nelf lore?
I don't quite...
I've played the Haranir Zone and it's not. It doesn't steal Troll and Nelf lore at all. It's like, it's very much its own lore. I
mean, yeah, they're very kind of in touch. I mean, they have this kind of special thing with like a connection with the world soul.
Yeah. I would say that Dragonflight is Denuzer's expansion rather than War Within anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that Dragonflight is the one that he left during Dragonflight. I know that War Within would have been in like production at that point, but I think that if you're looking at a full expansion, which was just Denuzer, the only one really is Dragonflight. I think Dragonflight's great.
Great Dragonflight,
yeah. Like, and I think people are shitting kittens about the Haranir stuff and I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about the Haranir lore. I like the Haranir lore just because it turns out they're just basically shit. Like, you go to Harandar, and it's like all the things, basically all the criticisms that I hear about the Haranir, like, just aren't actually there. You know, they're these special people who were chosen by the world soul to protect it and shit. It's like, no, they weren't. They just heard it. They went looking for it. It was gone by the time they got there. And then they were like, oh, fuck it, we missed it. Oh, well, I guess we'll just stay here. Yeah. And like, they're a bit self-important and they're a bit sheltered, but they're not asking you to think that they're like, no one's asking you to think or assume that the Haranir are really cool or anything. They're not like, you know, I think a lot of people, they see that they're kind of, they see how racially coded they are and they bring all their prejudices about DEI and, you know, all like their underlying kind of, they do that thing that they do when they see a strong black woman in a TV show and they go, I can't believe this strong black, I'm not saying this is what you're doing, but like and they get annoyed at it and they assume that it's some kind of Mary Sue or something, and then when it doesn't turn out to be that, it doesn't matter because that narrative is already set in their head, sort of thing.
Yeah, there are definitely lots of biases at work, I think, in regard to how people are reacting to Haranir. But yeah, I've played through the Harandar Zone, and I mean, I don't think it takes from Nelf or Troll lore at all, to be honest. And that whole zone, like,
all of the gameplay and all the repeatable kind of like daily and weekly stuff afterwards is based around learning about their history. Like that's like the entire point of that zone, to be honest. And it's kind of cool. I like it. I think it's good. But you must be the judge for yourself. But play through the zone. Maybe you have played through it and on the alpha, in which case I apologize. But if you haven't, you go in with an open mind and you might be pleasantly surprised. I was. That's the only reason I say that.
Thank you again for that one. Next one is from Alice Thez. Thanks so much for the super chat. Just became a patron this year.
Boom,
Hey!
banger. You're going to heaven and you're going to live longer as well.
Merry Christmas. Do you have any speculation about where they are going in Midnight with the unification of the Elven tribes thing? I'd like it as a direction and more, but unsure how. I think this is mostly literally just about like protecting the Sunwell, right? Like they're like, we need to step up. My understanding of the unification is just like it is yet another world-ending threat that we all have to get together on.
Yeah.
Unless there's more to it.
Yeah. It's kind of half-hearted so far.
Yeah.
In the actual like leveling content that I've done, it's like elves crop up. Night elves have a little enclave in Eversong Woods and things like that. That turns up, but I wouldn't call it a major theme. Like
we're just elves now. I don't think it's quite that. I think they're just using it as like kind of a headline to be like, hey, we're fending off this threat together.
Yeah.
As elves.
Yeah.
But elves are kind of leading the charge, but everyone else is kind of doing it.
Yeah.
That's my impression.
It's not like a major thing. Sorry, I've just got to talk about this comment. A reclusive woodland race that makes structures from living nature that descend from trolls. Am I talking night elves or Harinir? Okay, like a race of mortals that were derived from Titan constructs by the curse of flesh and like evolved into a stereotypical like Tolkien race. Am I talking about humans or dwarves or like a million other races in WoW? Some races in the game share like a genesis, but it doesn't mean they share the same lore. And Harinir aren't woodland. They live under the fucking ground. They're not a woodland race. Yeah. Like half of your entire thing was made up. I'm wrong. They live under the ground. They don't live in the woods. They live under the ground where there are no woods. They've never seen a fucking leaf. Like, it's the root. Come on, man. Yeah.
Anyway, next one is up from Darketh Rider.
You give me a smart ass, I'll be a fucking smart ass back. But I'm better at being a smart ass than you because I'm a cunt.
Next one is from Darketh Rider. I'd be okay with them just giving us Amani swole troll body types instead of a whole allied race thing. They need to do more with the body type thing. I agree. I would love to. I just need beefy trolls. That's kind of essential.
Yeah, I'm that's my big thing about Midnight. Yeah, give me the fucking Armani trolls.
The colors are nice, like the whole like customizations are good, but like I need the proper body shape as well.
Totally.
On that note, thank you everybody who super chatted today. I appreciate we had to fly through those a little bit. Thank you to everyone who has been listening on Twitch and on YouTube, and anyone who's listening on your preferred podcast listening platform. It has been a pleasure going through 2025, through the ups and downs, through the highs and the lows, and our experience with it. And yours too.
And for the big giveaway tomorrow, you can either watch us on our Twitch channel or on the official World of Warcraft Twitch channel.
Very exciting.
Who will get more views?
It's a shared thing.
Us or them?
The views are shared now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we're like kind of it's very exciting.
Yeah, but I'll know.
But yeah, tune in tomorrow for a chance to win some BlizzCon tickets, other incredible goodies. It's going to be a really good time. It's going to be festive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be full of giveaways from Great Father Christmas Man Santa.
Thank you to everyone who joined us for the live recording of this on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you to everyone watching the YouTube VOD later on. Thank you to everyone listening on your favorite podcast listening platforms. Maybe we'll do another one of these before the end of the year, but maybe not. We'll find out, right?
We shall see.
We've got lots of videos coming out as well over the Christmas period as well. So we'll see you there. But from me, Taliesin.
And me, Evitel.
Happy New Year! Cheerio!